Hello and welcome to a new stream, a new day of game dev. How is it going, people? Nick is over here, says Banana Man. What's up, Nick? Welcome to the stream. How's it going? That one guy says Chesk. Welcome to the stream. How's it going too? And Toast is here, says, hey yo, what's up? What's up, Toast? Welcome to the stream too. How is it going? And that one guy you say, how are you doing, Roman? Staying home to watch the stream today. That's awesome. I hope you enjoyed the day in staying home, and I'm doing very, very good. I want to tell you a lot about what we're going to be doing this week, and also a little bit of something that I also wanted to tell you with the change log that I just uploaded. I don't know what's happening, but my English is not coming through. And Mijo is over here too, says hello chat, Chesk everybody. I hope I'm pronouncing that. At least you can like tell what I'm trying to say. What's up, Mijo? Welcome to the stream. How's it going? And those who say absolutely lovely. Honestly, thanks for asking. How about you? Yeah, I'm doing fine too, and I'm very, very glad that you're doing fine. And Cheese is over here, says hello. What's up, Cheese? Welcome to the stream. How's it going? And that one guy you say, yeah, I'm a little sick though. Oh, what do you have? Is it bad or it's like just annoying? Okay, so let me move this over here. Let me put this virtual background, and yeah, so one thing that I wanted to change, and that we were speaking about it with Nick, I think the last stream, is now versions are going to be named differently. So instead of being 0 point something, it's gonna be beta number XYZ, because we were never going to change the 0 at the beginning, like 0 point whatever, because that number was gonna be only for the release, which is gonna be like in a year. So yeah, it didn't make sense. So now things are called beta, for example, 2.1.0 and beta 2.1.1, the last number being the minor changes, you know? And NSN is over here, says below. What's up, NSN? Welcome to the stream. How's it going? Say, did I hear gambling? I'm fine. Yeah. Well, gambling is very very welcome here. Um. Mm, Stream avatars, as always, is being very annoying. So, yeah, that's one of the changes. And also, since you're here, Cheese, yeah, you told me that you were trying to use world space for your project, for the things that you want to appear. I think you can use basically the same setup that I described in Discord. You just have to um you just have to put them in world space, in a world space canvas, instead of space, or sorry, screen space overlay. I think that will automatically change the scale for you, and you just have to like assign targets. It's not going to be super different from what I described. So yeah, and if you like need any more guidance, like you feel free to tell me, and I'll happily help. And Green G's over here says it's Mario time. What's up, Green G? Welcome to the stream. How's it going? And NSM you say I'm trying key VM on console. Key VM, VM, KVM. What's KVM? I don't know what's KVM. And that one guy say math might be my remedy. I tried going back to my renderer, then I saw fix like 4 times, and I still don't know how to use ray tracing casting. Different. And such and such. Well, it's always when you don't know how to do something, it's just I don't know, you can search forums, you can search tutorials, you can search videos, and until it clicks. Okay, so I wanted to tell you what are we going to be doing to this week, because I have a lot of tasks. Well, basically all of the tasks that are tagged beta 2.2 are going to be on the next version, and that's what we're going to be working in this week. Hopefully we can finish with version like beta 2.2 this week. So it's making the thing that I described the last stream, with like changing the UI and the way you do the inputs. So now you're gonna do inputs with mouse, and you're not going to have to make your hand leave the mouse. So yeah, that's great. Also, we're gonna have a change to the mana functionality. Well, let me just tell you how many tasks we have, because I think we have like 14. Some of them are fixes that you posted on Discord. Some of them are like just things on the settings, but the vast majority of it is just changing the way you input the spells, and a little bit of a spell rework. And yeah, I'll be telling you about what are we gonna be doing when we actually start doing it. For now, today, we're just focusing about mana functionality too. So now, spells no longer require mana. Mana is gonna be given to you by hitting enemies with spells. The mana is gonna decay when not engaged with enemies, and no automatic mana regeneration. And why is that? Because you're now going to use mana only to recast spells quickly. So you're only going to the spells are not going to be they're not going to require mana. But if you want to quickly recast a spell, that's what you're going to be using mana for. And yeah, that's basically it. And Moinlef is here, says hello. What's up, Moinlef? Welcome to the stream. How's it going? And let me read you. What are you talking about? That one guy? When did I do that? What? You say, when did you do that, Roman? Doing what? And Green Geek, you say, I saw a cool stream that was actually a game with the viewer to spam spells against the boss. It was pretty cool. Which one it was? Mm. No. I said Green G. And Cheese, you say, yeah, I know that what I had before. The problem is that it got covered by the item. Oh, okay, so you just want to make it appear on top of everything. Well, if that's a problem, you can just on your UI canvas, you can specify the sorting layer, and also if that doesn't work, you can do a custom shader. Or if that doesn't work, or you don't want to do that, you can also always put it find the position of the object, and take it a little bit forward, yeah, like a little bit closer to the player, but you'll need to find where the player is. So I think that's it. That could work. Oh, the mouse only arrow key thing. This thing over here, I did this. It could have been Thursday past week, but we didn't get to implement anything yet. It's just how I want the layout to work, because I explained the last stream what I want this to be, basically. So here we're gonna have, let me see if I can make this, yeah, a little bit bigger. So here we're gonna have our boss health bar. We're gonna have our health bar and mana over here. This is just a change in the layout. We're gonna have our currently selected spell over here, and we're gonna have our melee and ranged weapon over here. And this thing in the middle is only going to show when you're trying to select spells. So instead of having the menu that you have showing up in the middle left, you're gonna have this thing over here, which is gonna like basically tell you which key you have to press to continue casting something, and it's gonna be, I think, a little bit cleaner. Oh, you hadn't seen this? Well, I did it. I thought I showed this the last stream, but if you weren't here, last stream, I did this off stream, but I showed it. I think I showed it. So yeah, basically here are spell slots. So for each one of those squares, we're gonna have spells. So yeah, it's basically going to be the same, just displayed differently. And yeah, this is gonna show you like what key or what direction you're gonna do your input to, and I think it's gonna be a lot more clear when we actually get to implement it. For now, it's just gonna be about setting up the layout and setting up the new system to do the directions. Okay, so it's basically what Miho said. Well, yeah, you would have to do a shader. There's still ways that you don't have to do a shader. Cause yeah, let me actually show you in my project, because I also use world space UI. Let's go in managers, UI manager. No, it's world UI manager. So when I start the game, I make a lot of health bars appear over here. So they are not showing, but let's say, yeah, these are all disabled. Let me go to an enemy so I can show you better how they work. Because these are working on world space, and I don't think you're going to need to rescale it or anything, because since it's in world space, if you get closer to it, it's going to be bigger. If you get further away, it's going to be smaller, but all relative to where you are. So yeah, here we have an enemy. I'm gonna hurt him, and you'll see one of the health bars is gonna be enabled. So we can go to that health bar that got enabled. Let's go to normal view. And over here, this is just a UI element. Let me disable gizmos so you can see this clear. Yeah, in here you have multiple things. You're not going to change the order here. You're going to change it on the canvas itself. So if I were to like display everything on top, you have here sorting layer. You see on the canvas, you have a sorting layer. For example, on my setup, I have world space UI, and you can do order and layer. You can set it to whatever. So let's say 100, and this should probably not going to display over everything, but you can do multiple stuff in here that is gonna make it Like if you really want to display something on top of something, you're gonna have to like make it closer. But it should work on most of the time. And what do you say? Roman, can you make from Control to E, please? Because it's so hard. Control E. Um, Control E for what? And yes, I'm going to do control. I'm gonna do custom keybinds. Not now because for I think probably on the next big version we're gonna have it. So not for 0.3, but 0.4 maybe. We're gonna have like keybinds. And there are some things that are currently working on controller. So if you try the game with controller, there are some things that are currently working. But I haven't like actually supported it. But it shouldn't be that hard to make it. Yeah, that's it for what I was saying. Cheese. So let's go over here and let's start working on this because I want to. Let me get over here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 tasks before version 2.2 or beta 2.2. So if we're able to do roughly 3 tasks per day from Monday to Friday, we're gonna be more than fine. And you say that looks inefficient. The new input system, or what looks inefficient? And Mijo will say, yeah, Roman is working on the new input system. Yes, yes. That one guy you say, Roman, are you scared of main menus and circles? Not main menus, circles sometimes. And Mijo will say, the Discord has been rate limiting render for 3 days. Yeah, I don't know what's with that. No, don't come here with 6, 7. Okay, I'm just gonna change the position of these things, and yeah, that's the first step. Let's we don't have everything over here because I made some space for weapons which we didn't have. I made some space for passive abilities which we didn't have, for statuses which we're not going to use now. So it's just mainly putting the health, mana, the boss health bar is already there, and it's just mainly doing this thing. So let's first start moving what we already have, and then we're gonna continue with the new stuff. And Kix is over here, says, yellow, what's up, Kix? Welcome to the stream. How's it going? Your parents started saying 67? No. I don't want that meme, I don't like it. Okay, yeah, let's start moving stuff. So we're gonna move. First, let's do UI manager over here. I'm gonna disable both the settings menu and the pause menu because we want to like see everything. I'm also for now I'm gonna disable this menu over here, and what I want to do is just move the health bar and the mana bar. So let's just move this. Let's go in here. We're gonna do 2D. And I think if we have selected the UI manager itself, it's gonna show us the whole canvas. And also, let me enable this so I can see the whole thing. And Cakes, you say, how are you? I'm doing fine, very fine. Thanks for asking. How are you, Cakes? I know so many people that do that. They got sick of it. Okay, let's see. So we want to grab the health bar. We're gonna make this probably more chunkier. It doesn't need to be like super big. Like you're just going to, like mainly you're just going to see how complete it is to represent your health. So no big deal. We don't need to have this be massive. Now we're gonna change where its anchor is because we had it on the lower part of the screen. We're gonna change it to the left up corner. left upper corner. And let's say we're gonna have a padding of, we're gonna add 20 units or maybe 30. Let's make it, or 40. Let's do 40. 40 units over here, and also 40 more units. Well, minus 40 over there. So I think if we go in here, that's a nice position. Maybe we can do 30. 30, it's fine. 30 over here. Sorry, minus 10 then. Minus 10 and plus 10. I think that's mostly fine. And Cheese, you say, I don't know, my parents are doing some weird Gen Alpha joke because funny. And that one guy, you say, Roman, you need to add NVIDIA HFTS. What's that? That one guy? Because I think I've heard about it, but I'm not sure what it is. My parents started saying stuff like, that plant is so chopped. Oh my god. Well, it's not that bad. It's just the 6-7 is what kills me. I'm gonna put this over here a little bit. I think that's better positioning. Now I'm gonna do the same for the mana bar. So it's gonna be the anchor upper left, and let's move it over here roughly. Let's see where our health bar is. We want to put it roughly in the same position, but with a little bit of padding. And also, I think the borders might be too big now, because I wanted to keep like a little bit more minimal. I want to keep this a little bit more minimal, but I'm gonna make it minus 10 for padding over here, and I think that's fine. I think that's fine. If we want to like redesign things later, we can do it. It's just like positioning things. And that one guy, you say, it's the best rendering function in the market, I guess. That's what Google said. Oh no, I'll see. I'll see. HFTS, you say. Because I've heard about it, but I don't know what it is. Let me write this down. HFTS. Okay. And Cheese, you say, my mom once sang the brain rot trap or something like that. This isn't fun anymore. Yeah, it has come too far. Okay, so here, spell this the current spell background. I just want to position it over here, I guess, because in let me show you the well, it's not a mock-up, it's like a sketch. This drawing over here basically displays this as it were bigger. For now, I don't think I need to make this any bigger. Like, I think it's big enough for now. And that one guy, you say, tried to make it, but AI said it's only on NVIDIA cards, sad, or something like that. Yeah, it makes sense. Since it's an NVIDIA product, it's like there are certain like graphics cards that allow you to use ray tracing on mostly all the games. So you have to have one of those. Mijo, you say, a friend showed me that this calculator song exists, and I think it's over for the internet. We've reached enough places. I don't know the calculator song. I'm very, very glad I don't know about it. So please don't send it, okay? Let's see. I wanna make this have what's the width of this? Is 134. I'm gonna do 134 divided by 2, and that's gonna make it like be exactly in the border. And now I'm gonna add 20 more units or 30. Let's do 25. Let's do 25. And now I think with 25 we're fine. Now, how good is this for the player? Because the player is gonna have to watch this. I think it's fine for now. Let's see. And where is the okay? This, I think I'm going to make a little bit smaller, maybe. And I'm gonna put it, I don't know, somewhere a little bit more like in the middle. Let's say 160 over here. So the, what do you say about this? Because I know it's a little bit too too big, maybe. What I've seen other games do, like for example, I've looked a lot at the Breath of the Wild UI, and also Doom Eternal. I don't know, those are not like related at all, but they have some pretty good UI. So what they do normally is, or what they do in those games is they have the health bar be a little bit how do you call it, like super, it's almost like a line, you know, it doesn't have a lot of volume in height. So we're gonna do that, and we're also going to change a little bit of the width. So instead of having 1000 and 1200 width, we're gonna have 1000. Well, not 100. It looks like a very small thingy. So we're gonna do 100, and for the height, we're gonna do something like 20, or no, I think 20 is like just too little. But we can do 30 maybe. 30 or 25. Let's say 30. Yeah, 30 is fine, I think. Let's do 2 more. No, I think, yeah, we're gonna keep it like this for now. What do you say? You tell me if it sucks, and if it sucks, we can change it. Okay, so now I just have to make the health bar fill background, and this thing over here be a little bit more up. And Cheese, you say I fear to see calculator song, but curiosity would kill me anyway. So let's have a look. And you say, oh wait, is this one? I know it, and I hate it. Yeah, I'm not aware of the calculator song. I don't want to search it up. And Nepo is over here, says, hey Roman and crew, what's up Nepo? Welcome to the stream. How is it going? I saw your stream the other day. You were streaming the well, I always forget the name of the series, but the Game of Thrones game. And Foxitos is over here, says hi. What's up, Foxitos? Welcome to the stream. How are you? You say no, big boy's health bar must be big. But it's gonna cover like everything. Let's tweak it then. Let's make it a little bit bigger. And I think we can also change our health bar. Let's change the height of the health bar or health bar to be, let's say 32. We're gonna have our mana be 32 2. 32. And we're gonna have, let's go over here. We're gonna place it roughly like we just want to have 10 more units over here. So it's gonna be 72 minus 10, and we can make this be a little bit bigger. The boss health bar a little bit bigger. So here, boss health bar, we're gonna do 34. Let's say, let's do 34, or let's do 36. Yeah, let's do 36. And the one thing that I want to change too is you see there is a little bit of a shadow like right above the health bar. I want to like tweak it so it doesn't look bad. Here also, let's do health bar. Yeah, boss name background. We are gonna make it 1000 like that, so it looks a little bit better. And we can make it a little bit closer to the top. I think that's better. That's better, because we don't want it too close to the other ones. Let's do 140. Mm, yeah, Game of Thrones King's Road. That game is rigged. But it seems like it has a lot of quests and a lot of content. And Foxy Toast, you say, can I try the game? Yeah, for sure. You can go to the second link in the description. You should be able to play it for free. Oh, but is Foxy Toast? Oh, Foxy Toast is on the horizontal stream. He's normally on the vertical one. So yeah, it's the pinned comment, as Mijo said. Nepal, you say, I'm waiting for Roman to add controller support. Then I'll do another run of this. No pressure, Roman. I'll keep watching your streams. Well, thank you. I'm going to. We have, if you were to try the game, I think there would be some things that have controller support, or for example, you can move and probably move the camera too. And that is controller supported. I just have to like make sure that everything in the game, and probably, you know what, after I do the rework of the input system, or the way we input spells, I can add controller support. So let's do that as one task before next version. Let's do over here, new task, controller support. I don't think it's gonna be that hard. Let's hope it's not that hard. So let's do programming, and we're gonna have this for B2.2, and yeah, we're gonna have it. It's not that important right now, so we're gonna put it at the end. Now, going back to this, what do we have? We have the boss health bar, and we want to create this thing over here. But before I create anything on there, I just want to check if what I have tweaked is fine. So we're gonna do, yeah, we have to disable this. Yeah, we have to disable this. And now I just want to see, like, this should work. Like, I haven't changed anything in terms of functionality. Spells menu background. I haven't changed anything in terms of functionality. This is going to look a little bit weird because we still have to redo this thing. But yeah, it shouldn't be that hard. Or shouldn't be that annoying. Yeah, let's do settings menu again and pause menu. And now if we press play, we have a little bit of a different layout going on. In the drawing that I had, the currently selected spell looks a little bit bigger. We can make it bigger. It's not a big deal, not a big problem. And that one guy, you say, I like how you can do math inside the text fields. Very useful. Yeah, it's super useful. Like, I use it all the time instead of like pulling up a calculator or like calculating it myself previously. I just do additions and subtractions, and you can do even multiplications and divisions in there. So yeah. And you say, what is FIIBG? FIIBG. I don't know what you're referring to. Let me see if I can find it. FIIBG. Where do I have that? Is that part of like BG is normally on UI? It's like background for me at least. But I don't know what FII might mean in here. Where did you saw that one guy? Me always say, Roman, there is so much pressure. At least 2 PSI. And Nick, you say, how far did you go with your Steam page research? I went very far. I started the process of making the Steam page. It's just that I need to have a bank that works with, because they do a bank-to-bank deposit. If it were the case that when we actually like sell the game or whatever, that's the way they pay you. And I'm in the process of the payment, so I still have to pay the $100 and after that I don't want to pay them now because I still have to like figure out the name of the game. And once I have that, I'm going to pay the fee. I have the $100 ready to pay the fee, and that's it. Once we have it, I think probably next week when we have the name for the game ready, I'm gonna pay it, and start setting up the page. And that one guy say, do non-Americans use MMHG for regular pressure or just for barometrics? It's on the player health bar. I'm not very familiar with the measurements, so I couldn't really tell you. I don't think I've used MMHG, but it sounds like I could. Let's see. So here on boss health bar, the FF or FIIBG. Oh, it's not FIIBG. It's fill background. So it's health bar fill background, and I call my components on UI components fill when they are fillable images. So any image that you have that, for example, the mana bar is a fillable thing. So if I were to use it, you can see it's just an image. It's just a square that is set to filled. So it is called fill, or should be called fill image. So that I know that that component in my references is something that I can assign a percentage of filling to. And Mithilesh Kumar says, bro, tell One Piece is real. Bro, tell One Piece is real. What's up? Welcome to the stream. I don't know if the One Piece is real. Maybe One Piece was the friends we made along the way. I don't know. I don't watch a series. It's like 1,000 episodes. I'm not going to start. They also ask for ID, selfies, that kind of thing. A millimeter of mercury. Why would one ever need that in medicine? Yeah, I don't know. And Miho would say, I thought you all used PSI at the very least. I know about PSI. Yeah, for tires. We use PSI over here. It's only for tires over there? I don't know if it's only for tires. I know about PSI. But depending on what you're talking about, like for atmospheres, you have like atmospheres. And Kumar, I'm playing this game that's called Untitled Wizard Game, and we are making it. Like that's what we do over here. I'm just trying different stuff right now for the UI. And if you want to try the game, you can go to the pinned comment in the description, and you'll be able to, or sorry, in the pinned comment in the comment section. Say, yeah, same here. We see weather in PSI normally. Okay, so everything's working like it shouldn't break. What do you think about how it looks? Because this thing, the menu that pops up, is gonna look different. Like it's not going to be over there, so it's not going to be competing with the currently selected spell, you know? For now, I'm just going to make the... I'm going to disable settings menu. While we're working on this, I'm going to disable the settings menu. And I have to go into the UI manager because probably I'm going to break some things over here. Let's do UI manager. UI manager. And it's not the world space. It's going to be on the screen space overlay. And Nick, you say Roman. So where is the dash cooldown icon going? I haven't thought about it. Where do you think it should go? Since we are talking about AI, or sorry, UI, where do you think it should go? Because we could put it. Mm, you know what I thought? We could. This would be a very cool idea, I think. Because we could have this over on the crosshair. So, for example, our crosshair is not going to be like this. And since we're changing it, I don't know why my sensitivity is like that now. Oh, because the settings menu and pause menu are okay. Yeah, now. So what I thought is instead of having that crosshair that we have right now, we're gonna have some sort of like circle, circle shape, and that circle shape could be filled when you have a dash. It's gonna be filled, you know. So I think instead of like having an icon, you're gonna watch your crosshair get filled with that, and it's not going to be like. Let me explain this better because I'm not sure if you get what I'm saying. My words may not be able to convey everything that I want to say. Just that way you don't have to like have an icon. That's such a useful thing. Bottom left corner or in the center of the screen. So useful. Yeah, I think in the center of the screen, like that. Let's do yeah, let's do a texture size. So we're gonna do 512 by 512. Let's see over here. We really don't need this to be this big, to be honest. I'm gonna start a new file. Let's do new. Let's see, because if we go over here, I think what's making the crosshair show is a UI element, might be. I don't have a cursor. Let's see. So I have speed lines, crosshair. Here's my crosshair. My crosshair is just a black knob and a white knob. And the black knob is just for shade, so it doesn't get lost. But we want to have images for this. And what is the size of this? Is 20 by 20. Since it's a main thing, I just make it center transparent. And when it's full, it disappears. Yeah, it makes sense. And Asnok just came here and says, okay, bye, Roman. What's up, Asnok? Welcome to the stream. And bye-bye if you are gonna go. So, bye-bye. And I know you are busy with your exams, right? So, good luck with it. Good luck with it. And bye-bye. Okay, so let's go over here. And I think I can do half of this. So let's do 5 or 256 by 256, and this doesn't even need to be this big. Like it is really big. But we want to make this. It's basically a circle. Let's do document. We want to transparent background. Have a transparent background. Let's do a shape. And what shape do we want? We want an ellipse tool. So a circle. Now, with this circle, we don't want the insides of it. We just want to have a stroke. The stroke is going to be white, so we can change it to whatever color we want. And I'm going to have a background so we can see what we're doing. Let's do black for this. And now this ellipse, we are gonna be changing what the width of this is. We can try with a width of 20. We need to make sure that the alignment of the stroke is on the inside, so it doesn't like get away from our texture. And we can probably like make it a little bit chunkier. Let's do 40. That's gonna leave us a space over here. We can see how this looks. We can try it out, and then we can see if we add something else. Need to say, I'm not a part of everyone. The polar opposite, actually. That's very insensitive, as Asnok. And Asnok, you say, I'm here to just add my attendance, and now I have done what I'm supposed to do. So, see you all tomorrow, maybe. Yeah, I know. you're here for your attendance. So thank you a lot for joining and saying hi. And I'll see you whenever you have time. Bye bye. Take care and good luck. Okay, so let's try this out just with this setup. Let's do file, export, export, strategy magic. Let's do 2D. Is this gonna be part of the textures? I think it's gonna be part of the textures. Let's do cross hair texture. And let's save this as a PNG. And let's see how it looks in game. And BSM is over here, says, any new bosses? No, we don't have any new bosses yet. BSM, welcome to the stream though. We are not going to work on bosses for a little while. What we want to work mainly, I think, during... well, I have a bigger plan. For this week, I can tell you. For this week, I can tell you, we are going to be working on remaking some of the spells, making like more powerful like versions. You can like a lot of things are going to change today. I'm just going to tell you about today because I have a lot of things planned. Today we are changing the way the UI is displayed, basically the layout, and also we're gonna change how you are gonna cast spells or the way they appear, and you're gonna be able to just use the mouse instead of the arrow keys, so you don't have to move your hand from the mouse. So yeah, that's it. Welcome to the stream, BSM. Say okay, Roman. Okay, so let's see. Let's go over here on 2D. And in 2D, we want to have our textures folder open. And inside, I just want to drag that thing that we just created. So I'm gonna open my file explorer over here. Let's do downloads, strategy magic. Let's do 2D, textures. And the newest thing over here is our crosshair. So let's drag that over to textures. And I don't know why it's not. I don't know why it doesn't pick it up. I want to put it over here. Yeah, that's fine. Now, we just want to make sure this works in the UI. So we want to make this sprite to the NUI. It's a single image, and alpha is transparency, and apply. So now we can use this, and let's go over here on the white knob. We're gonna replace that with the new image, which is our crosshair texture. And I want to see how this looks. It's probably not going to look that well because I have the other thing, the black knob. I mean, we could make this a little bit bigger. Why not? Let's do crosshair. We're gonna do 30. So at 1.5 increase in size. Let's press play again. And the black knob's gonna go away. I think it might be a little bit too big now. Let's just do size of 24. The black knob, we are not going to use this necessarily. And IL says, hey, we haven't seen each other in a long time, Roman. Yeah, it is true. How is it going, IL? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, it's been a long time. How's it going for you? And say, oh, you added my fire arrow. Thank you so much. The fire arrow? Oh, it's there, it's there. Okay, so over here, I don't want the black knob. I'm just gonna use this part. But what I want to do really is instead of just having this, which I could make, I guess I could do 50. Like I don't see this being a problem. It can be a little bit chunkier because what I want to do is let me cook. I want to do another circle that's gonna be not like this. Let me paint this with another color so you can see what I'm talking about. So we're gonna have this be filled, like this is gonna be the regular color is gonna have like just white, but we're gonna have a another color that's gonna like load to signify or to like let you know the dash has been like regenerated, you know? So it's gonna have an animation, a full second animation that's gonna load this up in this color, and probably like then do a little bit of a pop, so you know you can dash again. And I always say we haven't seen each other. Yeah, and I had to do a lot of homework. Tomorrow, no homework, no school. I got Sprite. It looks slime. It's gonna explode. Yeah, so a lot of homework, totally okay. And I hope that it was worth it and you're doing well with the school. And FFYNC is over here, says, yo, what's up? What's up, FFYNC? Welcome to the stream. How is it going? And that one guy, you say, just learned that. The Meshina Kocham, sir? I don't know, don't judge me on my Polish, okay? And I always say, I keep saying lime instead of like. Oh, okay, okay. And what are those characters? And Godfather is over here, says, well, is that a plus sign? Or what is that? I think it is a plus sign. Welcome to the stream, Godfather. Welcome, welcome. How is it going? And you say FFYNC, you say I haven't been in stream for a while. Yeah, I've noticed, but don't worry about it. I get it. It's completely okay. But it's good to have you over here. Good to have you over here. So how's it going? You say pretty good. How's your game doing? I'm very glad you're good. It is doing fine. We have been doing a lot of progress, so it's very good. And Cheese to say you're going for now. Later, I'll probably speedrun today if Nick Mode will cooperate. Alrighty, it was a pleasure having you here, Cheese, and I'll see you next time. Okay, take care. Bye bye, and good luck with the game. Okay, so we are gonna do this way. Let's first export this another time because we want this to be a little bit chunkier. Let's do file, export, crosshair text. We're gonna overwrite what we had. And let's do over here, delete. And over here, we want to drag this over here again. So over here in textures, we're gonna have that again. Same setup as before. Sprite to the NUI. This is a single image and apply. Now I think this should automatically like have it. Yeah, it's automatically assigned. Now let's do the black knob. We're not going to have a white and a black knob. It's just gonna be the same thing but different colors. So now we're gonna have a crosshair. Let's do crosshair here. Let's change the color to we can change it to something. I don't know. Let's try with a purple, with a bright purple, or a very saturated purple. So when we press play over here, we have two things like overlapping mainly. And I want to make the white knob over here have no padding basically, because I had 2, 2, 2. So the black part stayed like on top of everything. And FFYNC, you say, are you gonna release your game on Steam? Yes, I will. And this last weekend, I just like started doing the processes to upload it on Steam. And I think probably next week or the next the week after next week, we are gonna have the game up on Steam, so you can like wish list and everything. And I always say, hi, this is Bob. And this is Bob's mom. Bob's mom is gonna look at Bob's search history. What? Remember, you double jump, it does a fire attack or either effect. make it so like it does a spell to do a super jump if you want to. Yeah, I have a lot of feedback over here on Notion, which I have put, and for now I have like two two full columns of feedback. So I'm sure I have that over there. Okay, let's see. So now that these are the same size, I want to make the one of them will be called white knob, and the other one, well, it's not a knob anymore. It's just white crosshair, and the other one is gonna be Dutch crosshair, because it can be any color. We still have to figure that out. Dutch fill crosshair. So what we're gonna do with this is you can make images be have types, and I'm gonna make the type of this image be filled, and it's gonna be a radial fill. So if I go press play, you see we have this like overlaid one on top of each other. What we can do with this image is we can increase or like basically change the fill amount. So the fill amount is over here, you know? And that's gonna make it so we can basically fill this as long as the Dutch is being recharged, and then we can either keep it this way for when it is recharged, or we can put it back to white. But the thing is, changing the color to, or changing the fill percentage to show what the Dutch recharge completion looks like. You say someone could misinterpret what you liking all cheese or munchies, whatever that first one was. And I always say my PC kind of broken, but once I got money, I can fix. You say Dutch? Dutch. What? No, that's Polish. My Twitch name or my friend's Twitch name is Dutchen Fire Wixo. Okay, so now that we have the setup, I think I see over here, if I were to scale it up, you can see there are some like spaces in the crosshair where like it doesn't look it is as filled. So let's do, we can scale it up. We can do 1 1 or 1 1 over here, 1 1. This is gonna make it even worse. Let's do just 1 1 1. And I don't know why. It may be because of the how the pixels work in here. It's not that big of a deal, to be honest. But what we could do is like make it chunkier, so it's gonna always cover a little bit more space. That one guy say, I heard the Prime Minister of Poland posted strawberries and whipped cream on pasta. What sort of crime is the Prime Minister of Poland doing? Okay, let's put this scale back to normal. And what I like about having this work this way is basically allows you to aim better, because before you had like a dot, a massive dot, and now you can like kind of have to aim down the center of what you think the center of that circle is. So I think that's slightly better for aiming. Okay, but we don't care about that now. What we care about is going to the UI manager, and the first thing that we're gonna do is, well, I didn't have this as a task, but let's do that first, okay? Let's do that first. Let's do, Or do we want to do this first? No, for now, you know what? For now, I'm not going to do this. But I will have it as a task. So for today, we are gonna do that after we do the main UI and input redesign. So let's do crosshair. Crosshair displays dash recharge completion, and that's part of programming and UI. It's part of the UI. Let's add version b2 tool, and we're putting it after this, and we really don't want to deal with this now. That one guy, I don't know what you're talking about, really. That one guy. And need to say, Polish Politics is basically a live action after the series. And I always say, send my mom a Mother's Day gift. Just she's in Germany. Well, that's very, very nice. Very nice of you. Need to say, at one point, politicians were arguing on Twitter about fruit prices to prove inflation was or wasn't real. A peer became an economic indicator. Yeah, it's very, very weird. But I don't know. Politicians do politician stuff. That one guy yesterday said, "Does Roman like cheese?" Of course, dude. I really like cheese. Let's see. So we're gonna pull the width to 22 for now. Let's make it 22. Height and width should be fine. Now the thing is, doesn't it look a little bit weird? Let's do 24 and 24. It might be because of the pixel size. This is a little bit weird. But okay, that's fine. What I care about now is just making the arrow thingy, arrow thingy that I was just saying, or that I was talking about before. So if I open, let's do open recent UI sketch, this thing over here. So let's do that first. Need you say it devolved into I bought Pierce cheaper than you did. There was a guy who used a fire extinguisher inside the sim to put out a Hanukkah menorah during a ceremony in Parliament on camera. Here in Chile, I think it was during the pandemic. I think one of the politicians did like a Naruto run, like the anime Naruto. Like to basically sprinted like that. I don't know what that has to do with politics, but it happened. The stores make the prices more and less. No, so what? In Helloo say, see here, we do not have to deal with stores making the prices higher. Alrighty, let's see. So I want to go to the UI manager because I'm mostly like I'm 100% sure I'm gonna mess something up if I delete this. Now I want to know what is it exactly that I'm gonna mess up. So if I go over here, I just want to search the select. Yeah, it's spell arrow select color. No. Animate arrow. Yeah, it's set spell menu activity. So in here, let's do settings menu disable, pause menu disable, and we are gonna move this thing over here. Let's do spell menu background. we're gonna move it to the center. To the center, we're gonna put it over here, and we need to like remake it basically. And if we go over here, I think now it's not going to be that much of a problem that we cover things, because we can like simply move this stuff over here. The spell icons, we can move them down. So what are we gonna do? I don't need the borders anymore. I'm gonna get these things out of here. Yeah, maximum retail price. Go to a store with 10, with something worth 10. Leave. Okay, so let's see. Let's do. We have spell slots. So these are like separate things, and these are made prefabs. So I can just tweak one prefab, and I'll have like everything fine set up. The only downside of this new the only downside of this new UI is that you're not going to see the names of things, but I don't think it's that important that you know the names of spells, as long as you know what they are with the image. And we're not going to have I think in the game, what I'm envisioning for the game is you're not going to have like I think I want to have like 12 to 14 spells. Now that I have set up the scope a little bit more, I think that's gonna be the sweet spot for how many spells we're gonna have. But I'm gonna make sure that every single one of them is special. But like we don't want to like have 100 spells if they're gonna not be balanced properly, and we're not going to put the care that each of those deserve. So we're gonna have like 12 to 14 probably. And welcome back, Foxitos. Welcome back. Welcome to back to the stream. Yeah, Magicka long name is best. Yeah, so I'm gonna do over here on the prefabs. Let's go to the prefabs, and I have a folder for UI. So let me go in there, and in spell slots, I can modify how this looks, and this is gonna break stuff. Like we're starting to break stuff over here. Let's do spell slots. Yeah, so what I want to do basically is I want to have, let's see, this is spell border. I want to have like a, not just the image, or do I? Because I think I could just have the image, since it's gonna get covered. Let's see how it looks. For now, I just want to move the arrows outside of the arrow thingy. It's just gonna be a simple arrow over here. I'm gonna change the, yeah, let's do over here, probably around here. I'm just gonna change the rotation to like know what the direction is. Let's do 60 over here, so a little bit of separation. Now we want to delete the other arrows, and we're also going to delete the spell name text. This is gonna break a lot of things. And here, spell slots. What we want for this is we don't need the width of that anymore. I'm gonna set this to center. Let's set this to center. Let's make the width, I don't know what the width should be for this. Let's do 100, maybe. I think it's 80, because our height is 90. So let's do 90 and 90. And we're gonna have our arrow over here. Now, I think I can save this. And if I press play, I just want to, I just want to see what happens, because there are so many things missing. I think I'm gonna get like 100 million errors. Let's do console. Just one error. Oh, but a lot of warnings. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. And that one guy you say, is Magicka long name a spell I can cast? No, unfortunately, no. It is not. And Foxy Toast you say, by the way, how was your day? It has been fine so far. Has been fine. I have worked a little bit in the morning, like some solid 2 hours, 3 hours maybe. Um, now it's going super well. So yeah, thanks for asking. How has your day been so far, Foxitos? And that one guy you say, I'm gonna go watch you while I clean. I've been sitting for 2 hours. Alrighty. Okay. So now let's move this, and I think the first thing is making this bigger. Probably let's do UI spell slots. I want to make this bigger, so we're gonna do spell slot width is gonna be 100. Let's do 120 by 120. Let's make the spell icon. Like basically everything is gonna be on the center. So the anchors are gonna be on the center. We want to have this be here 0, 0. Width we're gonna do 100 maybe. Height 100. And why is this like that? I had it like basically lower. I don't know what's happening. Let's just do width of 100, and maybe it's because some other things are like not liking this. Height. Let's do a width of, yeah, that's for the arrow. I think the arrow can say somewhere like that. Let's do it a little bit bigger, 40 and 40. And I don't know why this is breaking so many things. And that one guy you say, this is what happened when I added objects unseen to my render. Broke so many things. The pointer is still broken and I don't want to fix it. Yeah, it's just expected when you're like doing reworks. There are so many things connected sometimes that you're just gonna that basically everything is gonna go wrong. But if you know what you're doing, or if you have the patience to do it, like it's just a matter of getting every single error and everything that has not been assigned and like remake it. And Foxitos, you say, because of you, I started programming a video game. Well, I'm very, very flattered by that, and I hope it goes well. What's your game about? You say my day was okay, but thanks for asking. Yeah, no worries. Nick, you won 180 with a bet of 5. Wow. I think it has been the first time that I've seen anyone win the green with green, I believe. Okay, let's see. Everything is centered now, and let's move it over here. Okay, fine. Now the arrow should be on the center, but it's gonna be slightly like up, so maybe 80 over here. And we need to make sure that this arrow is has like a proper border, so the player like it basically does a lot of contrast with the environment, so we can always see this. And Foxy Toasty say bird perspective card game, like this arcade games. That's awesome, very cool. I think that's a very good project to start with. And Nick, you say moment in gambling history, for sure, 100%. That one thing you say, or that one guy you say, I have C++ point phobia. Real thing, by the way. You don't like pointers? Very yeah, that's very common. A very common phobia. Not liking pointers. Let's do a square. for now because that's gonna better represent our um yeah, that's gonna better represent our icons. So what we're gonna do is I think I can what's the width of this? I can make this take these two things are gonna take the whole like are basically going to expand through the whole um thing, and I'm just gonna make it have a padding. And yeah, that's gonna depend a lot on the spell slot setup, but trust for now. And regular layman says hello. I'm studying, but what are you doing? Welcome to the stream. How's it going? I'm doing a game over here. I'm just changing the way the UI works for the game. Let me see if I can show you. Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit complicated to show you what the game is like because now I'm in the middle of a rework. But it's basically a magic game where you cast spells with a direction. So, for example, up, left, left, up is gonna give you a spell, and you can use it to cast towards some enemies. I can't really show you a lot right now because I'm just in the middle of changing something. But let me see if I can make it run for now. Yeah, so this is the game. I can yeah, there are a lot of things broken because I'm as I said, I'm in the middle of reworking something. But your objective over here is getting to some zones, some of these zones. And once you get there are some enemies that are going to appear. So what you have to do is destroy them with your spells. And for now, everything is like super broken. So I'm not going to be able to show you. But yeah, that's it. You have spells, but I can show you. And regular laymets say, oh, that's really cool. Oh, wait, isn't that like the Google Cat game or some? I'm not sure Google Cat game, but you say either way, that's hella cool. Well, thank you. I'm very glad you like it. You can try it. No, not now because you're studying. And by the way, what are you studying? But yeah, if you want to try it, it's on the second link in the description. You can try it for free. And Foxy Toast, you say, I go now to my friend's house. Have a good night. I don't know where you're from. I'm from Chile, so it's not. Yeah, it's kind of early. So not night right now. But thank you for wishing me the good night, and I'll see you next time. Have fun with your friends, Foxitos. Bye bye. And rigor limits, you say? Everything. Oh, okay, okay. Well, a little bit of everything then. And Aryan is over here, says, hello, bro. How are you? What's up, Aryan? I'm very fine. How are you? How's it going? Let's see. Let's go over here again on the spell slot. And what I want to do is just cover a lot of the space over here. But I also want to probably put an arrow inside an arrow, or like make the arrow graphic a little bit more, like have more contrast. So what I can do is, as I did with the health bars, I can just do 2 more arrows. These arrows are gonna be on top of it. And what I want to do with these arrows is making them take all of the space. They're gonna have minus 2, minus 2, minus 2, minus 2. And one of them is gonna be minus 4, minus 4, minus 4, and minus 4. So what I can do is these arrows are not going to have color changes or anything. These are just gonna be one is gonna be white, and the other one is gonna be black. And yeah, this didn't work as I intended it to. Let me move this. Yeah, outside of here. So let's do this as black and this one as white. So I think the outside one could be the white. This should be the biggest. So let's do 44 width, 44. Then 42, 42. On these arrows, why are these arrows like this? I don't know, because over here they look fine. Or, well, kind of fine. They don't look amazing, but they're mostly fine. Now, the thing is, I could probably, like, just do an empty thing for these ones. So let's do create empty. This is gonna be our arrow container. And Aryan, you say yo bro after a long time. Yeah, how's it going, Aryan? How's it going? You say, bro, after a long time to see all four of you guys in chat. Yeah, so Nicked, Mijo, that one guy. And let me read what Mijo said. So you say, to just Roman. Also, I'm working on the backup server for YouTube to Discord. Awesome, awesome. And regular laymates say, all right, I have to study a lot of math now. But hey, cool hobby you have. I have seen so many people that have good hobbies and are really good in them, but you are one of the best ones. Well, thank you. This is not like just my hobby, like this is what I do, but thank you anyway. Really, really appreciate it. And that one guy you say, yeah. Alrighty, so let's do an arrow container over here, and let's make it. Why doesn't this have a rect transform? Let's just duplicate another thing. We're gonna have this be called arrow container. We don't want an image over here. We just want to remove component. We're gonna have, let's say 44 or 46 over here, 46. Now inside this, we're gonna have all of our arrows inside in the arrow container. So now I expect it to, if I modify scales, probably this is gonna work a little better. So let's do delete, and we're gonna have two more arrows. One of them will be scaled by 1 1 1 1 1 1, and the other one is gonna be scaled by 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. And I think I could probably like change the order in this. So the one in the middle is gonna be black. Yeah, this works exactly the same. The one over here is gonna be white. And I think I could just adjust it. Let's just do. Let's just pull it over here. Because for some reason I think they are not being scaled from the middle. It gives me the impression. And Aryan just say the OG. And that one guy you say not pi. Yeah, don't talk about pi here. We don't like anything related to circles. Thou must polish. Yeah, let's do 1. I know this doesn't look that good. But what's the other option? Like I could I could like make it a separate graphic. I could do that. Why not? You know? Why not? Let's do over here. Let's go to the arrow icon. I believe I have it over here. Let's do file, open, and we're gonna go into our 2D icons, arrow icon. We're gonna open that. And what's the size of this? Is 512 by 512, I believe. Yes. So what are we gonna do? We want to have basically like different sizes for this. So we're gonna make it inside here. Let's grab this arrow, and we're gonna have one black. Let's duplicate this 3 times. So the one that is gonna be like outside is gonna be white. Then the one in the middle, this one I think we want to scale them together, but let's first make them black. Yeah, let's just select one first. Black. And this one over here too. Black. So now we grab both. We're gonna scale them. And it's exactly the same problem as we had before. It's just that I think we're gonna need to do this in another way, because inside Unity it was working as intended. It's just that we are not working with outlines. So we're gonna do here. Let's say we want to have two. We're gonna first do a group. Let's do a group over here. It's gonna be part of a group. And inside here, we want to first have an outer or an outline. Over here, the outline is gonna have a radius of, let's say, 10. We can do 10. And we're gonna have a secondary outline on that group. So outline, let's do 10 too, but the color is gonna be white. And that's gonna give us our graphic. Now we're gonna have to have the centerpiece isolated, so we can actually use it. Because if we want to change color with this, it's gonna change the color of the outline. So what I'll do is I'm going to select this thing and scale it down so it fits. Yeah, scale it down so it fits from the center. Let's see. Now it fits, I think. There we go. And now I want to have like two separate things. One with the with only the outside part, and the one with the only the inside. So I can like change the inside without changing the outside. And say, Mijo, become Paul. That one guy, not even a sphere. Mijo, you say Rowan and Roman are both scared of those. Yeah, we don't talk about those. And Aryan, you say, what is Pole? Yeah, it's the land of the poles. Pole land, you know? And regular layman, you say, you Loki look like Marlon. What? I don't look anything like it. But I've been called like Mbappe. I've been called like other things. So I don't know. But all right, if you say so. You say Aryan, huh? Bro, why is your game not multiplayer game? Because it takes a lot of time, dude. It takes a lot of time making it multiplayer. If I had a button that I could just press to make it multiplayer, I would instantly press that. And EXPR, you say, where is Arian3633 EAFH? So Lucky, I don't know where Lucky is. It hasn't been here so far. But welcome to the stream, EXPR. Welcome to the stream. Okay. So let's do file, export, and I think I could make it be black, so we can have this thing separated. So yeah, let's just do this. We're gonna turn this black. We're gonna do file, export, export, and this is gonna be arrow icon border PNG. And we wanted not on textures, we wanted only on probably icons. Icons, arrow icon border, save, and we can use this separate from the other arrow icon. So here, what do we want? We want to have just two images. I'm gonna call one arrow border and the other just arrow. So here I want to go into icons. I'm gonna go here, refresh. I don't know what the arrow. Okay, yeah, I have to go to the icons. And here, arrow icon border. I'm gonna put it over here on icons. Let's do sprite to DNUI, single, and apply. So now we can use it. Yeah, Lucky is not here. And Mijo will say, wait, no, I said it right the first time. It is a request parsing tool thing used by Flask. What? What thing is that? And Arin, you say, I think he told me he's going to his work in France. All right, all right. And Exodeco says hello. What's up, Exodeco? Welcome to the stream. How is it going? So yeah, we're gonna use that over here. We're gonna do arrow border, and instead of using the arrow icon, we're gonna use the border. So let's do that, and that should make it so it basically shows properly. Let's put it white to white, and now if we put it to the first position, we can have our border properly set. Now the scale should be like, we can tweak it. Let's do 1.2, 1.2, and 1.2, and 1.2, and we'll have to have a little bit of an offset over here. So let's do maybe 1. I think 1 may be too much. Let's do 0.5 or 6. It might be 1.1. Like just do 1.1. 1.1, 1.1. It's just so we have a little bit of a contrast with the background all the time. And Nick casually learning Morse code because why not? Yeah, when did you start learning Morse code, Nick? And EXPVAR, you say I have a script that handles the OAuth to flow for player authentication. Awesome. Where are you using it? Do you have a project where you're using it, or is just one system that you separated? Nick, you say I will become a master of random ways of typing English. Fair, very fair. That's a noble cause. Let's do 39. Yeah. Okay. So now that we have our graphic, we just want to put it where it should be. And I think it's fine there, right? It's fine. Like you can see it over here. Let's do, or we're gonna need to change the the arrow container and the arrow itself for rotation, because we want to like set the rotation, you know. Also, what else will we need? Because if we look at the layout, how we want to have the layout, it is like this. So let's start. Let's just save this for now. Let's just see. Yeah, save it. And now we have to get this out of here. And Aryan, you say, yeah, Nick is typing some thing that I don't understand. Yeah, it's not only this stream, but a lot of streams that happens with Nick. And that one guy, you say, okay, I'm back. I also heard multiplayer. Yeah, I'm not adding multiplayer now. And regular layman's, you say, all right, I understand math now. Not guess what now? More math. Yeah, it can be a little bit annoying when you're studying, but take your studying seriously. I know you won't regret taking your study seriously, and it's something that ends. Like at one point, you won't have to study, or you will be able to study things that you're more interested in. Yeah, I would like to press the button to make multiplayer. Like you just one press the button. And you say Rigo Lemons, you say, bro, my autocorrect corrected now to not. Yeah, don't worry about it. I got it. I got it. Alrighty. So let's see. We want to have this have a little bit more space, right? Or yeah, where do we want this? Because here, these things are not going to be set over here. We probably want them on the center. So let's just select one spell slot. And why is it? Oh, I need to make it probably 120, 120, 120. So it behaves as we had it. And I think the border, I mean, the border looks all right. I think it's gonna look better when we have a compiled version, like a build. So let's just put the spells over here. Let's start with a minus 30, 320 or minus 400. Because how many things are we gonna have here? We could start with the middle ones. So let's say everything is gonna be on one position. Let's say minus 400. Every single one of these things is gonna have a width of 120, 120. The X is gonna be different for all of them. So here we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're gonna do 2 is gonna be on the width minus 60 and a padding of 5. So it's 10 with the 2. So let's do minus 65. And the next one is gonna be 65. Then the next one is gonna be 65 plus 120, which is the width, plus 10, which is the padding, I believe. And then we're gonna have 195 plus 120, which is the width, plus 10, which is the padding. The same things for the other ones. So we're gonna have things inverted. 195 on this one, but minus. And for this one, we're gonna do 325, but minus 325. So they are equally spaced, and we have them over there. And Mijo, say that can be the community project. We make an integral multiplayer that Roman can drop into Wizard game. That's gonna be incredibly hard. Because you won't only need to like detect what is a game object that needs to be tracked. You'll also have to like check what is being animated and what needs to be like tracked in the network. You know, yeah, basically a mod, a multiplayer mod. And since I'm using another way of animating things, it's gonna be even harder. That one guy who said yes, Nick, a mod. I would like to make a whole asset or something that you could use for format. On object-oriented programming. Got it. So the thing is, I'm not sure how my animation system will work in multiplayer because you would need to track uh, each separate piece probably. Say we don't need to match animations exactly one by one at all. No, but you would need to like have a minimum, right? For example, if you were to implement uh, the regular like Unity solution for multiplayer, you would have to set them as network object, I believe, or something like that. Just call the animation and hope it goes through. The server can deal with it. Yeah, that's right. That could work. And regular limits, you say, man, it's so hard for me right now because the semester is ending. And at the same time, my country's rowing championship are in 5 days. And that will decide if I'm gonna stay in third place or not. My grades are 2, by the way. Mm, well, it's never too late to look in and make your grades not be us. So, dude, best of luck to you, and try to do your best to uh pull your grades back to what you want them to be, even if you don't have a lot of time. But we're just starting the year, so you have a lot of time, and I'm sure you can do it, dude. Okay. So let's see. I think I probably since I have this over here, I probably want to make this a little bit bigger, right? Just a little bit bigger. mm, yeah, let's do this way. Let's grab every single thing over here. Let's do 140 maybe, 140, and we don't have to have a huge space between them. Let's just do uh let's just do the same for the prefab itself. So let's go in here under prefabs, and we have a UI one, spell slot. We want to make the spell slot be 140 and 140, and put the arrow border, or sorry, put the arrow container a little bit closer to a 100 maybe, or let's do 90. Let's just do 90. Now the arrow borders and whatever, they should be centered. And I think I could just do this 50, 50. Let's use the width of this 50, 50. Or I don't know, 49 or 40, 48, 48. On the arrow itself, it's gonna be 44, 44. So I don't know, it should look fine once we don't have like a very weird scaling thing. Because when we press play, if we go to game and make this show, I think it shows better than what we see on, not on play mode, but like on the regular mode, like on the scene. The main thing I think is they have enough contrast, so it's fine. And regular limit, you say, well, that's why I'm studying right now, lol, but I'm gonna try my best. Yeah. Alrighty. Okay. Oh wait, I can see better now. Yeah, because I think when it was a little bit smaller, since it's trying to like display more information in less pixels, it looked a little bit weird. But now it should be like in game, it should be fine. Now let's continue doing this. So we no longer want the whole like border thing. What do we actually want? Let's give this proper spacing. I'm gonna leave it like that. But what I want to do is I'm going to remake the arrow. Where is the arrow icon? Let's do now. The arrow icon is gonna be just white. Let's make it white. And we don't want any effects. Any effects. So now no outline and no outline over here. So it's just gonna be this, and that's gonna make it so it's always gonna look like this no matter what. So let's do file, export, export. Let's do arrow icon, but arrow icon alt 2. So this thing can be we can have like basically the same width and height. So instead of having width and height defined over here, we're gonna make this expand, cover everything. So left is gonna be 0, top 0, right 0, bottom 0, and the arrow container itself is what's gonna define what's the size of this. Yeah, you had the same number with Lucky. I thought you were Lucky, Aryan. And Aryan just say, Joe Roman, why don't you make any other player skin in game? I plan to have cosmetics in the game, like not only cosmetics, but they are going to be like clothes that you can equip and like get and like use in your player. I'm not sure about like changing the skin color of the player, because it's like purely black to represent like lack of color, really. Like it's just a shadow. And Flarier is over here, says, yo, guess who is back, man? What's up, Flarier? Welcome to the stream. How is it going? Good to have you over here. And that one guy, you say, bro, that's why my Polish keyboard said. Yeah, I don't know. When you start speaking Polish, like, I just don't know what you're talking about. And Flarier might be in vertical stream, or I don't know. No, it's horizontal. Flarier is a member of. I don't know if you're on Discord, Flarier, but at least he has joined a lot of times on YouTube. So okay, so now we are gonna have to use the other way. I don't want to have this scale now. It's just gonna be 1, and instead of using the other arrow, I just want to use arrow icon alternative 2. So let's go over here. We want to have icons. We're gonna make this icon be sprite to the UI, single, apply. And if we go to arrow now, we can do arrow alt. It's not showing up. It's arrow icon alt alternative 2, which is slightly smaller, but it should feel or it should be fine. So we're gonna change the color of the arrow, and we can change the scale of the arrow container. And now let's save this And let's go to the menu, because on the menu, we don't really want any of this. Yeah, so let's get rid of things that we're not going to use. It's just gonna be, I mean, we could have a border for some of this stuff, but it's not needed. Like we wouldn't need it. Flair, you say I did join the Discord group, man. Yeah, so member of the community completely. Flair. So yeah, that's who Flair is. Because Aryan was asking who is Flair. Yeah, I have cats. That one guy. I have two cats. I think you have only seen one. Which is my, well, she's called, like, we call her, like, what's the feminine of cat? Like here in Spanish, it's like gata. Because cat in here, or cat in Chile, or well, just in Spanish, it's like gato. So gata is a feminine. And the other one you haven't seen, but it's called Figaro. Okay, so do I actually want to keep this in any way? Let's see how it would look if I were to maybe put it here. Let's say I'm gonna put this over here. Let's make this, let's give it a little bit more width so it covers this. Let's do 820. Let's reduce the height. Let's do a height of, let's say, 100 or 200, maybe 200. Let's pull the spell slots. Let's use the spell slots just gonna be on the center. Let's say the spell slots are just gonna be on the center. Now, I think I could have a little bit of an offset. So let's do -20. And let's make it a little bit bigger too. So let's say 240. But I don't think this would look good. Like it looks too cluttered already. Here, this border, we can keep something a little bit like smaller, maybe. Just the border is not really helping at all. Let's just do 0, 0, 0, 0. And here, this background, we don't need it. Let's just delete it. Delete the background. And we would like to change the color then, right? Let's make it a little bit more transparent, let's say. Let's do 200 maybe. And let's do height of, let's do 840 and 200. I think 200 is fine. It's just that we have to make this be a little bit lower. Maybe let's do 30 over here and try with this. Now we would need to put this over here, but I still think I don't like it. Like I would leave things as I put them over here in the drawing. You know, like things separated. What do you say? Do you like the border? Should we keep the border and try to make a border that looks fine? Or do we just have the spell icons showing up on here? What do you say? Rowan has two of them. And EXPR, you say I'm adding a debug overlay. You're adding a debug overlay for what? What are you debugging? And that one guy is saying my friend calls his obese cat Gato too. Low. And I say, but I did not understand what Nick told. And XBR you say my obese friend calls his cat comida. So he's gonna eat it. or she's gonna eat it. The other one is Figaro. I can type it over here. Well, uh, my other cat, like the one that you have seen, it's like registered as Suri, like as Suri, but it's not really that. Like we just call it Gata. Yeah, I just remembered about Cat Universe and rigor limits. You say you can't believe how tired I am right now, but that cat that came at the cost that I kind of understand maths now, but now I'm gonna study biology. Uh, yeah, it can be tiring. It can be tiring. Can take a lot of time. Um, but it goes away. Like it's just one thing that you have to do, and then never. So um, just do it, and I think you won't regret it. Koti, indeed, Katos. Need you say, wait, what exactly are you trying to do here? I'm trying to make the like basically remaking the UI for the spell selection thingy. So now instead of like showing you um the full combination, it's just going to show you some at a time, like one at a time. And dude, my plan. Let me explain you what my plan is. So I plan to have. Let's get serious over here. My plan is making so that you have to input, I don't know, four inputs, like let's say up, left for a spell, and then you can just cast it, or you can keep improving that spell with up to 2 upgrades. So for example, you say a fire spell is like up, left, up. I don't know if that's true, I don't remember. But then once you have the fire spell, you can either cast it or do, I don't know, up, right to transform it into a slightly better version that can be not just damage, but I don't know, more reach, or a larger spell, or sorry, a larger projectile, or something like that. And then you can just cast that or continue to improve it one more time, you know? But that's gonna make so that if you want to quickly recast the spell, you are gonna be forced to spend more mana. So yeah, that's my idea. So that's why I want things to like work that way, or that's how I want the game to work. So that's one of the steps, like just showing one of these at a time, and it's gonna be like more modular too. And you can say, so you say, something isn't right. What's up? You can say so. Welcome to the stream. How is it going? Yeah, new UI. We're changing the old UI for this thing over here. I'm still not sure about if we're gonna be keeping the border over here. That's what I'm wondering, if we're gonna have the border or not. Because I personally don't really mind how it looks without the border. But I wanted to ask you. I wanted to like know what you think about it. You say EXP bar, no border, keep it minimalistic for more screen space. That's my UX philosophy. I like that. Regular limits. You say, does anyone in the chat want to hear what happened to me past year? Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Go ahead. And Nick, you say, everybody's gotta hear. And you say, I don't see the vision with the UI there. So the vision is yeah, so no borders. Let me just delete the borders for now. No borders. And here, this image, no image either. So the vision is when you cast things, like you're gonna, not now because like everything broke now, But you're gonna see the spell icons, and you can choose to, I don't know, do mm, one input, and you're gonna see the next input after you do the like you do one and you see the next, so you can do the next, you know. But it's not working now. But that's the idea. Like you do one spell or one input, and that's gonna allow you to see the next that is from that spell, you know. Okay. So let's see. We can make the borders bigger, but I don't think it's gonna be necessary that we make the borders bigger. Like the icon itself is gonna make it like clear. It's gonna be like a super high contrast transition from border to the icon itself, because all of the icons are mainly like black background. So you're gonna tell. I haven't started YouTube Shorts yet. I'm going to start as soon as we have the Steam page, and I think we're gonna have the Steam page up probably next week or the week after next week. Then I'm gonna start making shorts, maybe once a week or every 2 weeks. Let's see how that goes. And I also have to work on the next video, and I just started working on that. And you say, oh yeah, I guess, but why are there this many images there? White boxes. So the white boxes are gonna get replaced with spell icons. Is that what you meant? Flare, you say, well, lol, it was the first time you respawn faster than speed of lightning. Yeah, but I will. Don't worry. Okay, so over here, let's see. And let me read Gregor. Happened so long ago, but it feels like last month. I was in 6th grade and had a weird lesson where I could communicate with other classes. Not a break, but a lesson and mid lesson. Then I saw uh the prettiest girl I ever seen. When I was smarter than last time, and I didn't tell nobody until one day I was cracking jokes with my dumb friend, and the same girl came out from nowhere and started talking to my friend. I was hella mad, but I still didn't want to tell anybody and just told the friend off until I had to go home, and the friend lives near me. So we crossed paths midway home. And I had to tell him that he just started laughing at me and said I overreacted, and they just met yesterday. So we were home, and he said he can help me get together with her. And we did try for 3 days straight. Every day we went out and hoped to see that girl and talk to her until one day. Uh, well, for now, I'm just gonna continue reading your the other messages. Need to say, why do you want 6 spell icons if they're gonna indicate one spell? No. I mean, you're gonna have you're gonna have 6 spells like showing up, the ones that you have equipped, and each one of those squares is like just for one spell. So if you want to cast, let's say the spell that is over here at the rightmost part, you're gonna do like, for example, down, and then this arrow is going to change to show the next arrow that's needed to select that spell. You know, say like during cast, if they are not related to arrows, then why have them there? Yeah, so they are gonna be for like basically each spell. You know, like you're not going to see the full combination. You're gonna see only the current key that you have to press to keep casting that or keep selecting that spell. And Gregor, you say, and before I say the next part, I want to tell you how those two met, because it sounds like all the stars had to align for that. So my teacher had to replace his classes teacher because the original was sick, and the teacher bought the friend as a bad example because he was ditching school and the girl remembered the name. And one day, when the friend was playing ball with some friends, one of them called out his name, and the girl went and asked him what's going on. They started talking. By the way, the girl lives like 15 kilometers away. Iron, you say, bro, you're so handsome, bro. Just tell that girl about your feelings. And Rigor is saying, from us, and they were at the same place at the same time, right? As I started liking her. And Nick, you say, but then you remember them all and can't look at them to see what's coming up, one at a time, unless you want that. Yeah, well, if you remember them, you're gonna be able to quickly cast them, and they're not going to change. But yeah, I want to like limit the velocity of the spell casting when you're like super low ability, like when you're just starting out. And I want to limit. There are not going to be that many spells, and they're gonna be like, yeah, not going to be that many spells, and they're not going to be like that hard to cast. Like they're probably not going to have uh, more than 6 inputs per spell. Most likely, every single spell will have like 3 or 4. Okay, let's see. So if I go over here, let's go to the UI manager, and let's start fixing this up. Because this is gonna take a little while, I believe, because there are so many things missing now. Let's see. Over here we had. I just want to fix this first, so it doesn't throw errors, and then I want to like add new functionality. Regular, you say, and I was saying we were out for 3 days trying to see her until one day. We were out for 3 hours trying to meet her, and after some time I had to go home. And midway home, my name gets called. I look back and I see her with my classmate next to her. Yeah, typing speed is so fast. um, okay, let's see. Okay, let's start with the errors. We're gonna see the errors first. Also, yeah, for now I'm gonna keep it this way. Let's just do an enabling of the setting on the pause, so everything works fine. Now my sensitivity is back, and I can just do this. Gonna throw a lot of errors, but that's fine. Okay, what is the first error? On spell slot, arrow combination. We're gonna have to like see everything in here. I just want to open every single script that is throwing errors. It's on spell slot, mainly on spell slot, it seems. Delegate helpers. Yeah, this is not part of my scripts. Gregor, you say, and I went back and I hear my classmate whisper to me. She said, "EU, is that your classmate?" So yeah, I got called EU, but I had a mid glow up or some since then. But back to the chat on the stream. Dude, I think. Well, do you want my opinion? Like, dude, you're gonna get rejected, no matter how handsome you are. It doesn't say anything about you. You're gonna be called ugly, no matter how handsome you are. And what you can do is like work on yourself. If that's it. And there will be people that will like you, even if you're not the most handsome man or women. Like that's how it works. Like I don't think if that like really marked you, like I get it. Like when you're younger, uh those kinds of experiences are like harder. But as you grow up, you're gonna like notice that it doesn't really matter. Like you're gonna it's not going to be that important to find another person and like yeah, that's what I can say. But yeah, I get it. Like especially when you're like in teenage years, like your emotions feel much more stronger. And Lucky's here says hello guys, what is happening? What happens, Lucky? How's it going? It's well, we're just doing an UI change over here. And we want to like basically have it look as this is not going to look exactly the same because we don't have every single element so far, because we need these things over here that are going to be using we are going to be using for statuses, and over here we're going to use for passive abilities, and these things over here are for melee and range weapons. So we don't have those, but we're going to make the spells show up in here a little bit different, and hopefully it will have a like a better experience for the player. Okay, so let's go over here first, and let's see. On animate arrow, we are getting an error on animate arrow. So that's why that's because we don't have mm, the arrow index. Like basically every single arrow is the same. What do we want to do really? Because I wanna see where I'm calling this. I'm calling this from UI manager. And where exactly on animate arrow? So I'm telling it animate arrow, equipped spell index, arrow depth. Okay. So what I'm thinking about is that I could have the arrow combination of the spell that's selected, like tied to the spell slot, so it has a reference to it. Or I could tell in the animation, when I call the animation, what is the next thing that I have to display, so it goes there. Those would be the two things, or the yeah, those would be the two ways I would go about this. And I think it is easier if we don't have a reference to the spell that we're casting over here, because we don't really need to have it. So we are gonna have in the spell slot reference to only one arrow image. So our arrow, we're gonna call this arrow image. And we're gonna have another one that's gonna be serialized field private. And this is gonna be, I don't need to have it as an image. I can have it as a rect transform, probably. And it's gonna be arrow container. So we want to scale that up and down, and the arrow image is gonna be for changing color. And Lucky, you say it's very big change. Yes, it is. But I think it's the time to make it now, so we can like try out how things could work better. So yeah, it's better if I try it now and make it work now, so it's locked in now, and we don't have to like change such a fundamental part of the game later, you know? And say, yo, bro, how are you? If you're talking to me, I'm fine. I'm feeling fine. And how are you, Lucky? And Regor, you say, I'm Kind of happy at the same time that she told me you, because I would have never changed. And when I say I changed, I mean somehow had three girls asking me out, and two still trying to simp and give out hints. Still single. Deadass. Um, that one guy say, okay, I'm back. Welcome back to the stream. That one guy. But with a question. What's the question? You say, is the past tense of mac and cheese mac and cheese? Good question. Unfortunately, I'm not so good at English that I can give you a proper answer, but I would say so. Mock and chose. That's another one. Okay, so let's see. What do we want to do with this? Here, an update arrow combination. I think update arrow combination gets called on start. So let's see. Let's do UI manager, update arrow combination. So this is going to set every single spell name. Yeah, this is for setting basically the equip spells. So update arrow combination, equip spells I, spell combination, and here this is just changing the rotation. So we're gonna change this. Yeah, this is not going to be the arrow combination. Now it's gonna be update arrow direction, their direction, and we are not going to have an array of direction. It's just gonna be a direction, direction, direction. So we don't need an arrow combination length now. Row 8 some Moken shows. Mason shows. And that one, guys, I am adding that to my vocabulary. And EXUR, you say, where is Loman Reco? I don't know. I don't. I have never met Loman Reco. I know about romanleco. Okay. So on update arrow direction, what are we gonna have? We're gonna have to do. It's not going to be a floor. We just want to have the container arrow combination, or no, arrow container. Yeah, arrow container, and we're gonna make that arrow container be rotated. So it's gonna be, what is this? Arrow images. It was just an image. Let's just do. Can I do a game update in here? I think I can do that. Let's do game update for arrow container. So here, arrow container is gonna be depending on the direction. Let's do a switch. And what is the switch? Is for direction. And we're gonna do in the switch in the case that the direction is direction dot left. We're gonna start with left. Break case direction dot up. Break case direction dot right. Break case direction dot down. Break. And we're just gonna do rotation depending on what it is. So here, transform that rotation, that transform, that rotation equals quaternion. That's for down. What is for left? For left is quaternion, that Euler vector 3 that forward times minus 90 f. I could just do uh like backwards, but I'm not going to. Like I prefer having it as I had it before. For up, it's just this. Let's just copy the quaternion part. This is gonna be arrow container that transform that rotation equals the quaternion. That's for up, right? Yes. Now the same for this one. And that's for right. So arrow container transform rotation equals this. And for down it's just the same, but it's just vector 0. So we're gonna do this, but with vector 3.0. And as default, if this ever becomes like default, I don't think it could, but we're gonna do a debug that log error invalid direction. And we don't need any of this now. We don't need any of this. And Gregor, you say, what do y'all think about that word? It's a word that I made up and it took me 30 minutes long. I don't know. I wouldn't even try to pronounce it. And that one guy say, bro, macOS is using 14p. Bro, macOS is using half of my storage for just macOS files. I can't get anything. In Windows, something similar happens. Like when you get, for example, let's go to this PC. Supposedly, I have like a terabyte, but that terabyte like doesn't come the full thing free for you to use. I think like 100 GB or something gets used by Windows in local space. Regularly say I like how y'all typing about some codes and macros and stuff, but I low key have no idea what any of those mean. So I'm low key making my own topics. Well, if you're interested in game dev, like you could start with some channels. I can recommend you some channels so you can start learning about it if you're interested in. So there's Code Monkey, Brackies, Brackies, there's Sarah Spalding. You can look this up and you'll find interesting stuff. Miho, you say Windows uses like 30 gigs normally and goes up to 60 when running on stuff. Got it. Yeah, but it's hard to like know that you don't have your full drive space or like full SSD space, especially when you need it, you know. Okay, so my folder in which I'm creating geode modes is always calculating size, so I must delete it. It doesn't work anyway. Mm. Okay, let's get rid of. Okay, so what is this? An animate arrow. When I animate an arrow, I want to do a scale. So let's do arrow container that transform, that do local scale or do scale. Now on complete, I want the same thing to go back to the normal scale. So it's going to be arrow container transform to scale, and I'll put it to vector 1. And here, last arrow in combination. I think I just want to do that. So I'm not going to pass an arrow index. It's gonna be just animate arrow. But I'm gonna say here, I'm gonna ask for a direction. So it's gonna be next direction. And Aren't you say, bro, I think Lucky is my doppelganger? Yeah, bro, I'm your double. Yeah, I thought, like, I really believed you were the same because why would you have exactly the same number two and the same profile or the same character as a profile picture? And I still like wonder if you are the same people sometimes, or the same person. Okay, highlight, get spell, highlight. So we're gonna have to change colors too. If arrow combination length equals arrow index plus 1. And when is this set? Arrow combination length. Last arrow in combination. I think I will have to have an arrow combination registered in here, like an array of directions, probably, so this can work properly. That one guy is a 229.4 gigabytes out of 245. That's taking everything. It's taking everything from you. At that point, I would get an external SSD if you can. So here, when do I set arrow combination length? Because I think I was setting it before. Let's do GitHub. If I see the changes on, let's save on spell slots. Let's see, spell slot. I don't have, let's see. Arrow combination length it's set to 0. For int I, directions length. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think it's impossible to get same number too. Yeah, I would say it's incredibly unlikely that you're not the same person. Like, but you do it so well. If you are the same person, you do it so well, impersonating two persons or two people. And Rigor, you say, do y'all play any musical instruments? I don't. I don't. Do you? Mm, okay, so now after I do the this, I want to not only do the scale, but I want to do arrow. The arrow graphic, arrow image, dot, do color, or arrow image dot color, because that's an image. I could just change the color, right? Spell icon. Oh, Yeah, arrow image is not going to be a lot of arrow image, just one color that do or do color. And the color that I want is I'm gonna go get from the UI manager that instance that get spell m arrow color. I want to get the highlight color. So it's going to be highlight. And I want to do 01F. So it's the same. And incomplete. Let's do dot incomplete. What do I want to do? I want to do arrow image dot do color. And I want to get the default color, so I'm just gonna steal. I'm gonna joink this part over here. Yeah, this part over here, I'm gonna joink. So do color, and I need the UI manager default color for everything on the UI, like related to UI. Now, now that I have put this to default, I don't really want to use selected anymore. Like I don't have a use for that. But I also want to rotate this. So I'm gonna say well, if I don't make it animated, it's gonna like snap to the next position, and I don't really want that. So what I'll do is I will have the arrow container, or yeah, I'm gonna have arrow container equals, or sorry, do rotate. Can I do rotate? That transform, that do rotate, and I want to rotate to quaternion. Well, it depends on this, right? So I could say I could have a switch over here that's going to be public void get quaternion, or get rotation by direction. And I'll do this. I will need to have a direction over here, or it's going to be dir direction. And I will return, instead of void, I will return a direction. I'm going to return direction. I'll return result. So direction, direction, or result equals direction dot down, or I'll say it's null, or I won't define it, but I'll have here return a result, and it's throwing me an error because this needs to be assigned, I believe. So I'm gonna say equals dir dot down for now. Like that's gonna be the default value. If I don't see, or if I don't have value being returned, I'm gonna return that. And Gregor just said, yeah, I play piano. Awesome, cool stuff. And Lucky say, well, I'm France and Aryan is from India. And Miho says, speak French. Let's see. Tu manger croissant or something? Yeah, I think even if he's speaking, I can't understand it. So, Arya or Lucky, you say, yeah, I spoke French. Chris say, no, I don't know. I don't really know how to pronounce that. And Godfather, you say, do tween. What's up, Godfather? Welcome back. I don't know if you were gone, but welcome back if that was the case. Yes, do tween. Let's see if I I will do basically the same switch. So I don't really need to have this. Let's do, I'm just gonna copy this. And I don't really need this. I'm gonna copy this. It's exactly the same switch. Copy this. And instead of assigning a rotation, I'm gonna have this thing be the result. So res equals. Oh, and I don't have to pass a direction. What I need to pass is a quaternion. Or what is gonna, yeah, this is gonna return a quaternion. And here, quaternion. And I don't need to initialize this then. Result equals quaternion dot identity. Okay, now, if I get rotation by direction, what I could do is, in here I wouldn't need to do any of this. I would just have to do arrow container transform the rotation. It's gonna be arrow container that transform that rotation equals get rotation by direction, and I'll need to pass the direction. That's it. So that's simplified, and now I can use that those rotations just by direction. Like I can get the rotations just by saying up, down, left, right. Now for the other Aryan to speak indie. You say, I'm now genuinely confused. Are you two different people? I I don't know. They are, if it's just one person, they are doing it is doing a great job. If you are two, it's incredibly unlikely. Like it's super rare for two people to share exactly uh like almost exactly the same name, and also exactly the same character in the profile picture. And that one guy say, okay, I'm cleaning and adding a ton of stuff to my SSD. Yeah, it's probably gonna help you a lot because you don't have like any sort of space. Okay, we're gonna have arrow container transform that do rotate. Do rotate. We're gonna have the do rotate depending on the next direction. So arrow container. Mm, let's see. The do rotate is gonna be depending on the direction. So we are gonna need a rotation, which is gonna come from the next direction. Let's say we are gonna use get rotation by direction, get rotation by direction, next direction, and the rotation time is gonna be 0.1 f, right? Oh, it cannot convert from Unity Engine Quaternion to Unity Engine Vector Tree. So I'll do exactly the same. Get rotation vector then. I'll do this. And this one is going to return a vector tree. Vector tree. Get rotation vector by direction. And a result is going to be equal vector tree that's 0 as initial value. And here I just want to get rid of this. The quaternion.Euler. So now I can get rotation vector bidirection, and that should be fine. And I should also make sure that before I do this, I do tween dot kill arrow image over here, and the same for do tween dot kill the arrow container. So save. Yeah, I don't know. I read that that one guy, you don't believe they are like separate persons. You believe that they are the same. Um, I believe that too, but I don't know. I think it is hard work to it is hard work to um like role play as being two persons. And if it was a joke, it would have been like only one time, like only one stream. I don't know. It could be whatever it is. I'm impressed. And that one guy is say, "Oh my god, when I was starting Python, I made a game called RNG RPG." No way. I misspelled battle as battle. But it's so cringe. I cannot delete. Um, don't delete it. It's gonna be super cool to watch it like later. You know. I got out of water. No more water. Here restart arrow colors is just setting everything to default. And when does this get called? On reset spell search. It's gonna reset arrow colors, so it's gonna like make it be default. Now I can say highlight and back to default. I could have a bool in here that's gonna be highlight, and it's gonna be true. And if I want to have highlights, I will do this. So it's gonna be if highlight. I will do this. Otherwise, so else, I will do just the other part. So arrow, image, that do color. I'm gonna have the UI manager instance get spell arrow color back to default. And the time is gonna be 0.15 f. And Ante is here, says, how should I make a free count? Hello, Ante. Welcome to the stream. How is it going? I don't know what you mean by free count. What is it that you mean by free count? And that one guy you say went from making cringe games to rendering, huh? And it's way too nostalgic. Yeah, you shouldn't delete your old projects. I made that a mistake. See, Aryan, we are same, bro. And Godfather, you say, is your country safe or involved in war? If you're talking, are you talking to me? It's safe. I don't think it's involved in any sort of war. Chile is not involved in any sort of war. Okay. So now restart arrow colors. This is just going to. Mm, well, now I'm gonna call this in another way. So restart arrow colors. I'm still thinking. Should I have the spell slots know what the spell that it needs is or not? Let's see what we have. Because we have arrow combination length that we were assigning. We are not assigning it right now. And we have arrow image. I think, let's go to the UI manager because where are those things? And also, let's go to the spell selector thingy. It's on player spellcasting, I think it's called, the script. Player spellcasting. And give me a little bit of a break. I'm going to be right back. Hello. And that one guy say, I am all over the news. It's very sad. I'm not scared, but definitely anxious. Well, my country. And it all happened like so fast. It's really like war is not great, dude. Like I don't know how it keeps happening. Like I know like we advance as humanity, and we keep having wars. And Aryan, you say, bro, I'm totally confused. Or sorry, Lucky, you say, bro, I'm totally confused too. Huh? I think so. I have to change my email. Concrete proof that you are not the same, and not like, yeah, we ain't. I want proof. Right, because it tastes better than key. Yeah, but even if you ask that, like you're not going to get uh any security on what they're saying is true. Okay, on fire, on aim console, on direction. Okay, input action. If selecting spell select. So spell select, I want to call spell select with directional arrow. So what happens when I call spell select? This seems sus. Yeah, it's very sus. Okay. So over here I have UI manager. I'm calling it to update currently selected spell image. Update currently selected spell uses. Yeah, we don't want to change these ones. What do we want to change? Mana bar, no mana animation. Because there are things in the UI manager. It's just an animate arrow. And what is it asking? Equipped spell index, an arrow depth. So how did we have this before? Let me go in GitHub and I'm gonna go not discard the changes. I want to touch them. Let's see. How can I touch them? Yeah, I think I can disable it, and it should go back to what it was. No, not this way. How do I touch this? Not discard, show and explorer, open in default program. Because it allows me to touch all changes, but not just a single one. UI spell slots. Say, lucky. Well, I'm from Karnataka in India. Yo, same. Yeah, it's the same person. It's Aryan. Both Aryans are the same person. But you did a very good job so far with um appearing as two. A very good job so far. Yeah, both Aryans are the same person. Just with different accounts. Yeah, the second guessing. Yeah, for like a long time that I thought they were a different person. Okay, so let's see. On spell slot, I'm just gonna touch all the changes. This touch all changes, and I want to see what it is happening over here. So update arrow combination, transform rotation, yeah, whatever. On animate arrow. Well, what happens over here? Animate arrow. I call the arrow index, but why? Why am I calling it with two things, an I and a spell combo depth? Seems a little bit weird. Okay, on the UI manager, that's it. So here, UI manager, I call animate arrow on UI manager. Let's do animate arrow, and I tell the equipped spell index. Okay, that makes sense. To animate its arrow to the arrow depth. And what does it do with that? It's gonna animate arrow, and now that I have the arrow index, I want to do I animated it up in scale. And what else? I changed the color, incomplete. Yeah, it's just the arrow index. I just want the arrow index. So the thing now is, instead of doing this, the only thing that I have to do is make sure that I pass uh the next position basically. Gregor, you say what to talk about now? Same person in same country actually. So yeah, bro, same country. I don't know what is happening. Yeah, where did he go? Yeah, you just got caught. But you had a good run. You had a good run, Aryan. I gotta give you that. Okay, stats changes. Let's do restore those changes. And now on animate arrow, yeah, restart arrow colors is just gonna be called. Yeah, we don't care about this now. It's just the next direction we have to pass when we call animate arrow, and we are gonna pass it on this player spellcasting. So now we want the equipped spell index. We don't need the arrow depth because it's the same one, but we want to pass the a direction of next direction, and we're gonna pass it over here, next direction. So that's gonna make it work, I think. And here, an update arrow combination. What was that thing doing? Let's go over here. Let's do touch all changes. Let's go back to spell slot. On update arrow combination, I had arrow combination length. I was setting the length. What else was I setting? Enable equal true. Oh, it's, yeah, basically, I don't really need this anymore. So I'm gonna go in here. I'm gonna bring the changes back, restore them. So on spell slot, on update arrow direction, it's just gonna be changing one. And here, update arrow combination no longer exists. It's just update arrow direction. So here, update arrow direction to the equip spells I spell combination dot I. Yeah, this is basically like setting. I want to comment this a little bit more. This gets called to set spell for display in the equip slots in the UI. Aryan, you say, or yeah, Aryan, you're the same person, so my head is paining. And Gregor, you say my whole body is kind of hurting, Loki, paining. In pain, I Loki don't know. Why? Because of the whole thing with the two Aryans being one? Okay, so player spellcasting. I just wanna like check that everything is fine over here first. So reset arrow colors. On restart arrow colors, on reset spell search. Restart arrow colors. Yeah, these are not going to remain highlighted. Not going to remain highlighted. So I think I can get rid of this too. In here too. So on enable and on disable, I don't want anything to happen. Now you say, haha, bro, I don't know. Where did he go? Aryan, come back and tell them. Yeah, sure. And Gregory say, now my back, head, and feet are in hell of pain. And my legs lucky feel heavy. Legs. Is it real? Um, okay, so what do I want in here? Next direction. So what is the next direction? Spell combo depth. The current spell combo depth. Gregor, you say, what if they were the same person but in a different timeline or in a different universe? Unlikely. Unlikely. Uh let's see. Let's see. So here on animate arrow, I have to pass the next direction, but that's gonna make um yeah, let's do let's pass the next thing. So spell combo depth. But I need to get the direction. So here I have my arrow direction. I have valid spells, spell combo depth. But where are my actual spells? So here, valid spell equal valid spells I. So I will have then valid spells dot, or can I get from the valid spell get hash code now? Because what type is this? It's spell data. So spell data, I have the arrow combination. I should have the get arrow combination or straight up arrow combination. And that one guy you say, I'm still here by the way. Just want to make coffee. Yeah, no worries. You say coding is hard, pretty hard. Yeah, sometimes it is hard. Like currently I'm a little bit stuck mentally in what's happening. Um, but it's very fun and super rewarding, so it is worth it. Yeah, coding is hard when you are just starting, probably. Like, yeah, when you're starting, it's daunting. More than hard is like there are a lot of things that you have to learn before starting to code. So yeah, it can be hard, but I wouldn't say like you have to be smart or anything to learn how to code. Like I'm not. I say I'm pretty average in smartness or like in intelligence, and I was able to learn how to code. So and Moin Left, you say I'm back. Welcome back to the stream, Moin Left. Gregor, you say I am really surprised. Coding seems like a bunch of letters and numbers at first. Yeah, I'm low-key losing my ability to make sentences. And Moin Left, you say I like the shirt. Oh yeah, I think you complimented me. You complimented my shirt the first time that I used it. Well, thank you. Thank you. Okay, so here on spell data, yeah, well, okay, valid spells is just a number, but valid spell is what I'm looking for. It's um arrow or combination, spell combination. I want to have the spell combo depth because spell combo depth should be spell combo depth +1. Okay, I'll say if valid spell dot length. Mm, mm, that arrow. Yeah, valid spell that spell combination that length is more than the spell combo depth. Then I want to call the UI manager with that. So spell combo dev, thoroughly spell combo dev +1, right? And I want to do else UI manager that instance that animate arrow, and I'm just gonna pass the equip spell index. Equip spell index. Or sorry, I. And I have to do another function over here. Let's do UI. Because if I call it and I don't specify the next direction, then I don't want to like do anything with the next direction. So I'll say bool has next or next direction set equals true. And highlight equal true. So if next direction set, I'm gonna call this, otherwise I won't. And here in the UI manager, I have to also pass, or I'll do another function. So it's gonna be public void animate arrow. And here instead, I'm gonna do int equip spell index and not a direction, but a bool for next direction set. Next direction set. Or basically, no next direction. So spell slot equipped spell index dot animate arrow, and I just want to pass next direction. It can be anything, so I'm gonna do say the direction that down, and I'll say false. That's it. So now it shouldn't throw errors over here. And I think that will do it. We can try it. We can try it. I don't really know if this is gonna work. Let's just see. And Gregor is saying, no, I'm losing all my abilities. ATP, bro, I'm seeing hallucinations. All in, gang. I have proof that grass isn't normally orange. If you really are having hallucinations, like, you shouldn't be watching the stream. I think you should need, or you should seek medical help. All right, Aryan to say, I have proof I'm different. I'm born in 2004, May. And Gregor you say, whoa, you have been streaming for 3 hours now. What time is it for you, by the way? For me, it's 22:04. For me, it's like 5 and 7 p.m. Yeah, I normally do like 4 hours, like between 3 to 5 normally. Generally 4. And you say I freed 37 gigabytes. That one guy. More storage, awesome. More space to work on your projects. And Arjen just say, okay, guys, I have to go to my work now. Alrighty. Well, it was a pleasure having you here, and I'll see you next time. Okay. Bye bye. Take care, Arjen. Okay. Let's press play and let's see. Arrow container or spell slot has not been assigned. Okay, I have forgot to assign something. Let's see where. arrow container of spell slot. Arrow container or spell slot. So we have to go to the spell slot prefab, and we can assign that over there. Let's do spell slot. And yeah, let's do arrow container. We need arrow image on spell name text. Oh, we don't have a spell name text. That's another thing that we need to make sure we don't ask for. So we're just gonna delete this part, and wherever we need it or we ask it, we're gonna like basically delete that. Delete. And Rick, you say, I don't know, my eyes are just tired, so I'm gonna just turn down the screen or some and take a break. Yeah, I think it's better if you take a little bit of a break, and if you don't come back, it was a pleasure having you here, and if you do, I'll welcome you back when you do. That one guy you say I moved most stuff I can to my SSD. 8 gigabytes out of 2 terabytes. Need to fill it up more. I like to take breaks, and I think I should. I should go outside. Yeah, it's good to take breaks. Good to take breaks. I generally, when I'm working alone, not on stream, because it would be a little bit weird for me to take breaks in stream, wouldn't it? Yeah, I generally take my breaks. Okay. I think I do like how it looks, to be honest. I do like how it looks. It's just that I have not configured this properly yet, I believe. I think it's just a matter of setting the rotations properly. Yeah, because if you see, I can do the spells correctly. Yeah, it's fine. I think it's fine. Yeah, they have a weird outline, and that outline is like I gave them that outline because I wanted to like have contrast with everything. But if I were to like put this over here, it should look a little bit less weird. We can tweak the outline. What I mainly care about is like having the functionality fine, and I think I might not be setting stuff correctly. Because, for example, for fire, yeah, I set this properly. So I start with up, then left, left, up, and that's fine. But then I have the magic spell, which I remember from memory. It's just down, left, left, but it just stays at left. Like it doesn't move from left. And the icons look overexposed, but I really like it. Yeah, I need to tweak it because I think, I don't know if you notice, but I think the images look like they are being covered by the border instead of like being inside it. Say down, left, down, down, left. That's for, yeah, you remember that one. I didn't remember that one. But yeah, it does work. It's just that it doesn't really get updated in the UI, or it doesn't get displayed properly. And what about the? Why do I remember that one? And this one is like this? Oh yeah, okay, I do remember most of them. Okay. Let's first tackle the borders covering the images. Let's go in the spell slot, and the spell icon needs to have a little bit more padding, I believe. It's gonna be 12 or 14. Yeah, I think it's 14, 14, 14, 14. So now they shouldn't be covered by the border. I think if I press save, I think we should be fine there. Yeah, no longer covering stuff. Mijo say, I remember all of them. I have a script for them. And that one guy say, I don't have, I have, haven't played the game. Yeah. Yeah, I don't really, I didn't thought I remembered them, but I know fire is up, left, left, up. Then for ice, I know it's like the kind of like in burst, up. Oh no, sorry. Yeah, I don't remember that one. It's left, up, up, left. Yeah, okay. Doesn't matter. What I was trying to know is is it working? And it's not, because I need to like set things correctly. And Ravioli is over here, says, Heya, I don't remember that one. What's up, Ravioli? Welcome to the stream. How is it going? Yeah, if you don't remember, like, it's totally fine. Like, you shouldn't really, if you're not like if you haven't been playing the game for hours, like, you shouldn't remember, or I don't expect you to remember them. Part of the game is like when you're a beginner, you're not going to remember them, so you're constantly looking at the inputs. But as you master your own spells, you're gonna be able to cast them quicker because you know the inputs that you have to use. And you say, I'm sad, it looks awesome. I will try to make a Mac version, but later, because yeah, we tried to do one and it didn't work. But I will try to, I'll see when I release if I can somehow get it to work on Mac. Alrighty, that one guy. Alright. Gotta free up that space. Okay. So, let's see. What could be going wrong? I suspect it could be this one, because it says update arrow direction and it asks for a direction. But how does it work? Let's see. On spell slot, update arrow direction. I think I did a, I don't want to throw flowers on myself, but I think I did a fairly good job at separating this stuff. Because like the player's spellcasting, for example, didn't give a single damn about what was happening with the other tools scripts. So I think at least it wasn't that hard to update this. And Mr. Blobby is over here and says, what's cracking? What's up, Mr. Blobby? Welcome to the stream. Welcome. How's it going? How's it going, Mr. Blobby? We're just doing a game over here, and I just remade a part of the UI. This is a magical game, or well, it's a game about magic. So what you have to do is get to these zones over here, and when you get there, some enemies are going to start appearing. And what I was just working on, or what I'm working on, is making this part that you see over here, the new UI for the spell icons. So for example, I can do down, left, left, and I get my normal magic projectile. I can also do up, left, left, up, and I get my fire one, which is gonna deal damage over time. I can do, I think it's left, up, up, left, and I have my ice one. So yeah, it's like that's the main thing about the game. You need to use your like directions to cast different spells. And now I'm in the middle of reworking the way inputs work, and so you don't have to like use the arrow keys to select the spells necessarily. Mr. Blovy says it's good with me. What about you? This is not Roblox. This is not Roblox. You say why no one chatting? I think you probably are on the vertical stream. Most of people are on the horizontal stream. So if you want to join the horizontal stream where you will have a way better layout, honestly, and you'll get your own avatar, you can join with the pinned comment in the comment section. And that one guy I say. Also, Nick isn't back from Schlev shopping. I don't know. And welcome back to the stream, that one guy. Ravioli, you say, for some reason, every time you talk send it to my chat, so I kind of have to talk in pause mode. Yeah. And Mr. Blob, you say, is it okay to not play and give you a sub? Yeah, it's alright. As you prefer. It's I appreciate it anyway. I appreciate it anyway. So thank you. All right, let's see. And Mr. Blobby, are you into game dev or maybe just curious about what game dev is like? Or I don't know, maybe you're some other type of developer or an artist. What are your interests, Mr. Blobby? Okay, so when I call on UI manager, the update arrow direction, I want to see on the spell slot what is happening. So here, update arrow direction. I call the arrow container transform rotation, get rotation by direction. And I think it's fine. I think it's fine. It's just that for some reason, it doesn't really like it. Because what if I... Okay, what if I press play? I want to see on here, in here. Let's go to the UI managers. UI manager. Let's do spells menu background. Let's activate that. I need to put the scale to 1. And I want to see what's happening inside there. Because I have my arrow container. For example, this is this one, yeah. So let's do a rotation. Let's rotate it like this. It may be it's rotating it on the Y? No, on the Z. Yeah, I think it may be because this is not a transform. This is a rect transform. So let's try that out. Let's see. This is not just a game update. Let's do rect transform. Let's do rect transform rotation. Get rotation by direction. Let's see if that makes it work. And we're also gonna have to go to the prefab. And Mr. Blobby, you say you should add a random floating red ball that says it's a majestic ball and it's way better than you. Just flexing on the player. And that one guy you say, I'm gonna go outside. I need vitamin D. Actually, it's very cloudy. Fresh air then. Yeah, enjoy the outsides, that one guy. And Ravioli say, what's new? So what is new? Let me show you. Let me go over here and set the last thing. Yeah, so the new thing is what we have been working on right now. It's a change to the menu. So if you, I don't know if you noticed, but the old way we had the menu, it was a little bit more cluttered, and it was at the center left. So now we're only displaying the current key that you have to press to select a spell. So it should be a little more cleaner. And yeah, that's it. Like we're remaking the menus. Also, if you notice, we have our health bar and mana bar over on the left up corner, and we have changed the currently selected spell to be on the lower left corner. And Kaiden Randolph says, "What are you doing? What are you doing, dude? What are you doing?" What's up, Kaiden? Welcome to the stream. Sorry, I was answering another person from the horizontal stream, and I'm just working on this game. It doesn't have a title right now, so you're more than welcome to leave a suggestion for the name of the game. And this game is like basically a magic game where what you do is you cast different spells to defeat some enemies. That's the current objective of the game. So getting to the stones and defeating these enemies. There's currently also a boss, but you need to get to either round 3 to 5. The boss is gonna appear. So yeah, that's what you do, and the spells have different statuses. So for example, if you use the ice spell, it's gonna make the enemies slow down. You can make them you can use the stun spell or the electricity spell to stun them. You can have the fire spell doing damage over time. You have a spell to heal yourself, another one for getting more mana, and a simple one for magic projectiles. So yeah, that's it. Once you defeat the wave, what you have to do is break this thing over here, the core, you know, and that's gonna like lead you to another wave. And yeah, Mr. Bilby, you're now on horizontal. So I think you're gonna like it way better there, because vertical stream, I mean it's fine, but you're gonna have a way better experience on the horizontal one. You say that shadows are good. Oh, thank you, thank you. Okay, so what I want to make sure is working is basically, you see how the first yeah, so for example, the second spell, the fire spell, should start with the arrow up, and it's not really like changing, but it's just at the beginning. So yeah, I would like to make that change. Okay, so over here, let's make sure that the update arrow direction works well. And where are we setting it? Where are we setting it? Ravioli say, "Oh wait, horizontal's fire, brother." I know, right? It's super nice. And Mr. Bobby, you say you can add a random stick you could pick, but it literally do nothing. Okay, I'm gonna I'm gonna put that. That's a silly idea. I'm gonna put that over here in feedback. So sticks or stick that does nothing. Nothing. And let me put it over here. My Mr. Blobby. A random stick you could pick up, but it literally do nothing. We'll see if that gets into the game. How many silly ideas have we built up so far? Not many. We have a lot of on the drawer, but how many dumb ideas or silly ideas have we built? There has been some. Mostly the silliest things that we have tried have been uh during debugging. And Ravioli say not gonna like 1,000 now. Yeah, but we have a lot. We have a lot. Okay. So on here, get rotation vector by direction. Yeah, I think that's fine. It's just that get rotation by direction, not the vector. It might not be working fine, or might not be working correctly. So I think I don't need this really. I'm only using this over here. So what I'll do is say get rotation vector by direction, and I'll pass as a quaternion. Quaternion at Euler. So we don't have to have two functions or two methods for the same thing. And Sleepwalker is over here says, what's up? Came here to say good night. Well, thank you very much for joining. Really appreciate you passing by and saying good night. And good night to you too. I hope you rest very, very well. And I'll see you when you have more time. Bye bye. Rest very, very well, Sleepwalker. You always say, how many have been suggested? I can tell you. I can tell you. 59 over here and 15. So that's roughly it's 74. 74 ideas over here. Some of them have been implemented. So more than 75 or more than 74. And Mr. Volpe, you say another idea. You should add a Walter White chess pawn. That just says you want some. Yeah, I don't think I can get away with adding anything related to any other franchise. Yeah, Sleepwalker be sleepwalking right now. Mr. Blobby, you say it's 2 a.m. right now in my place. What about you? Here is 5:30 p.m. So where are you from, Mr. Blobby? Yeah, I guess 2 a.m. Let's see, because it's very weird. I would like to probably debug this. I'll probably debug this. Okay, so we start. Yeah, this is not working. I'm gonna debug this. Let's do here on UI Manager. I'll say debug.log. I will display the name first, so it's gonna be equipped spells. I name or spell name. First direction is equipped spells. I spell combination. I. So I would like to see what that returns. And you say you're from India. What are those little guys running in the bottom? Those little guys running in the bottom are, well, chatters, people from the chat, viewers of the stream that have said something are gonna show up there. So as soon as you say anything, you're gonna show up as a character over here in the stream, in the bottom of the screen. So we have Miho, we have Sleepwalker, Mr. Blobby, which is you, and Ravioli. Okay, so let's see. On the console, the fireball first direction is left. Ice bomb first direction is up. Chain lighting first direction is down. I'm very sure that fireball first direction is not left. And where are we starting to count from? Oh, I'm a dumbass. Because this is not I. It should be 0. Should be 0. Now I'm gonna comment this. I'm gonna press play again because that should be the first always, not I. Should be 0. So now we are good. And also, okay, when I don't have well, when the next input is gonna be null, instead of setting it to down, I have to set it to the first combination. So let's go into player spellcasting, and over here, animate arrow, we are gonna pass we're gonna pass a direction. So that direction is gonna be the valid spell dot spell combination, and we're gonna pass 0. I think that should be fine. And Asnogis over here says, now we can say most of the Roman viewers are Indian and bots and K-Pi. Yeah, there are a lot of people from India in the community. And I don't have water. Let me get some water and I'm going to be right back. Yeah, I'm back. And Mr. Bovio say that is cool. I wonder what would happen if I just speed use that stream would be flooded with little guys. I think, yeah, that wouldn't work for him. Because he had like thousands of people all the time. And Asno, you say, hey, don't ignore me. I'm here for just for a minute. I didn't ignore you. And Mr. Bobby, you say, I can't join Discord. I heard things that Discord have pedophile content and I don't want my whooped. Yeah, it's okay. Don't join. It's probably better to stay safe. Like, I know, like, my Discord server, or our Discord server is not, it's like very moderated. We are not that many people, but it's, if you feel safer not joining, I think it's better to be safe then. Okay, so over here, let's see. Yeah, it goes back to the normal input. I think I could also make the invalid spells hide their arrows, you know. So when, for example, if I'm committing to only casting one, why would I want the other arrows to show up still if they are gonna like basically break my spell? And Mr. Blow, you say, add that fat wizard cat skin? I forgot the meme name. Fat wizard cat. I don't know about it. I don't know about it. Okay, so that part of the task is working. So we can go over here, UI and input redesign, and position things where they should be. That's fine. Then arrow input, the arrow shows up, point to direction. Yeah, that's not, that's gonna be for tomorrow probably. Spell display, we're displaying the icon. We are not displaying border that charges depending on the percentage of completion. Current direction to select and changes after selecting one. That is done. When the player gets hit, the spell selection menu automatically closes. So I need to do more of those tasks. But so far, what we have is we have just changed the way to do the input selection or the input over here. So I think for now I'm gonna do a commit and I'm gonna leave it at that for today. So let's do over here. Let's save this stuff. I'm just gonna do save on GitHub. I'm gonna say UI change on or UI layout change. Okay, layout change. And how's this called? Like spell selection menu rework. So now things in the UI have changed positions and sizes, and the spell selection menu has been reworked for a simpler one that will work better with the new inputting system yet to be added. So I'm just gonna do commit 12 files to main, push to origin, and that's it for today. Say that's some heavy coding, Sish. Is there a cooldown? If not, you should add it. When do you go live? A cooldown for what? Mr. Blobby? A cooldown for what? So yeah, that's it for today. Thank you all of you guys for joining. Really appreciate it. And we're gonna continue with the same thing. Well, not the same thing, but we're gonna continue with the next part of the menu tomorrow, the new input system with the mouse. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for joining, and I'll see you next time. Which is you can check the times where I start in the banner of the channel. But I always start at the same time, Monday through Friday. So yeah, bye, take care, and see you next time. Oh, spells cooldown. Yeah, I don't have them. It's just that well, the cooldown is basically integrated into how many keys that you have to press to select the spell again. So yeah, and I'm trying to change that tomorrow. So yeah, but that's it. Bye, bye, Mr. Volby. Bye, Mijo. I don't know if Asnok is here, but bye, Asnok. Bye.